Hi everyone, my name is Claire Sedler, and here is a brief demonstration of how I was using the JSoLang features in Estuary. So I was kind of inspired by the way like macro substitution works in some languages. Um, and so what I wrote was I just decided, hey, what's like the what's the ability to do something like cool that's is add something to my ability to make music that's interesting and surprising and still takes like under 10 minutes of coding. And so what I came up with was something that is almost the normal title cycles language. It only really has one rule that kind of intercepts an operator and then does something different than normal title cycles. And then and that's this interrobang operator. And what does the interrobang operator do? It selects a random sample from a predefined list to be used. And it does this at parse time, right? As it's playing, the music is playing. It's not going to be different sample each time, right? You have stability per parsing. And what I like about that is that it's still kind of surprising, still allows you to do some things different, and also forces you to think a little bit about structure in different ways than you normally would doing title cycles patterns. So here's a little pattern I liked for doing this, and we're just going to listen to it now. And so this pattern, it's anchored by some things that are not random. So we're basically just passing through to normal title cycles. This is just like a little layer on top of title. And what I like about doing this, though, is that you can write things you normally wouldn't write. So like the angle brackets is normally alternation in title cycles, and except that we can write the same symbol twice in the alternation, which is not normally what you would do, but it makes sense here because this is a situation where the parse time, each single one of these interrobangs is different. So we're kind of just writing the structure of the code, the shape of it, and leaving up to the fates what actual samples get put in there, sort of within reason, right? That's why we have a predefined list. And what's kind of great about this is, in my opinion, you can live code this language. It's simple enough, right? You can live code along with what you're doing. You can add samples into this list, reparse the JSoLang, and then have those be pulled into the interrobang and into the possibilities for the interrobang. In fact, one thing that you could also do is add a different operator that would be for different parts of music, like a different pad or different notes or chord progression or something. You can have different things like that where you could easily just sort of mostly copy paste code and in just a few minutes, like while in the middle of performance, be actually creating something that adds even more possibilities to it. And I don't know, I kind of like the fact that it's never quite the same twice. So yeah, that's I think the JSoLangs feature of Estuary is really cool, and I think it's something we can do a lot with in the future for our live performances and people live coding little small operations and tweaks on top of the basic languages that are parsable in Estuary. And yeah, so thanks for listening.